Absolute Geek Podcast.
You're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast, the only podcast that has more shrinkage than Hank Pym. I'm Kellen.
Sick Matt. Sick Matt, sick guy.
Sick Matt.
I hope I make it through this podcast and don't die on all of you. That'd be pretty terrible.
Hank Pym.
I got that whole, like, itchy throat, runny nose, can't hear out an ear shit going. So, you know, it's fun stuff.
Ebola
2.0.
2.0. It started here. You heard it first.
The outbreak started in Phoenix.
In the Absolute Geek Podcast studios.
Yeah.
So there was an interesting announcement today from Marvel.
You don't say.
For being sick, you're still fucking annoying.
I can't do my stupid voices because it hurts.
So Marvel announced that Secret Wars is the collidingness.
That's an amazing word.
Of Earth 616 in Ultimate Universe, which is basically what we predicted back in October.
Good job. Well, we predicted that that Secret Wars. That was my rewind right there, because I time travel. That Secret Wars.
5 seconds at a time.
We determined that Secret Wars was going to be a battle between the Ultimate and 616 universes, but the story coming out now is that at the end of it, they're going to make up the entirely new Marvel universe.
It looks like they're going to have multiples of heroes, and they're going to run parallel to each other in one universe. And
will it be? Are they going to align it with the cinematic universe?
What they've been doing shows that they are, but their editor-in-chief came out and said that that's not what they're doing.
I think he's lying.
But from what they've been doing, like changing Nick Fury to be black, and then...
Well, he's always been black in the Ultimate Universe.
In the Ultimate Universe, but they're bringing him into 616 now.
I prefer black Nick Fury over white Nick Fury.
That's what this ultimately is lining up for the cinematic. They're bringing characters that they used in the Ultimate, or in the movies from the Ultimate Universe, into their comics. They're crossing over to 616, the mainstream.
So people can stop saying, "Oh, that's an Ultimate storyline." No, it's a Marvel storyline now. That is booty, son.
That is
hashtag keep Miles.
That is butt stuff. I think they'll keep Miles.
I hope so. I love Miles.
I think if there's any Spider-Man that's going to leave, it's going to be Peter.
I don't want Peter to leave either, but like it'd be cool if Miles like maybe necessarily wasn't Spider-Man, but he was someone else. Like he took on a different role. Like
or maybe they just became a team up. Maybe it was just Peter. Maybe just Peter and Miles. Buddies for life.
Saturday morning cartoon. No, I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one. I mean, because you could see it going so many ways, you know, that I just don't know. Like, you really could. You could see it. I don't know. There's so many things that could play out that I can't even really think.
Well, this allows them to bring Wolverine back. This brings Miles into the 616. This brings Jean back. This keeps Fantastic Four alive.
Well, no, because
only for them to end it.
Yeah. Well, they're already ended, aren't they?
No, the end of this year, I believe.
Oh.
I believe that's what it was.
I don't read that book, so I wouldn't know.
Apparently, not many people do if they're willing to end it.
Well, they're doing that to screw with Fox, is what they're doing. They're getting rid of them to kind of push Fox into a corner to make a deal for the rights.
Yeah. But, yeah, we'll end in 2015.
Everything's ending in 2015. There's so much to look forward to this summer as far as comics goes, especially in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, there's we got the Secret Wars, and then all the events that are coming out of that. And then...
Which I'm kind of curious how all these events tie into that. And I'm kind of curious why they're going to go back and remarry Spider-Man and Mary Jane. So clearly, obviously, Spider-Man's probably going to stay around. Peter's probably going to stay around after the events of Secret Wars.
Well, maybe that is going to be them retconning the retcon of One More Day.
Maybe. But
maybe they're going to set it back to what it was.
I know, but like One More Day still has continuity today. Like It's still a big event today, and its ramifications are still being felt today.
But maybe that's what they're doing is they're rewinding it back, leaving May dead.
I don't think Marvel's gonna end a flagship like Amazing Spider-Man. I don't see that happening.
I don't think they'll end Amazing, but I think that maybe you'll see Peter die and then Miles take over.
No, I don't even know. You might see like,
unless they make it like Fantastic Spider-Man or something, and they just make it an entirely new title.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing like Miles become like Scarlet Spider after all that, or see Miles become a different Spider-Man,
like the more vigilante type.
No, but maybe just he doesn't necessarily have to have the Spider-Man moniker. Like he could still coexist with Peter, but like the whole thing with boy. No, like the whole thing with Kane in Scarlet Spiders, he moved to same time frame, but he moved to Houston, so it'd be pretty cool to see like Miles move somewhere else. I mean, Miles protects Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix doesn't have a predominant superhero. I think we need one.
We had one for a while.
Yeah.
IRL, and he got arrested.
We had another. Didn't we have another one? It was like.
I don't know. We have like a coalition of superheroes. Here.
Yeah, but we need like a real. Not that you're not real, but we need a
people's person.
A representative Marvel hero based out of Phoenix. That would be pretty sick. The Phoenix saves Phoenix.
What was it? There was actually an X-Men that discovered in Arizona.
I know they've discovered them in Arizona, but like I'm saying, like you have the major cities predominantly are saved or have a named superhero. Like New York has tons of them. Houston now has Kane. I guess Chicago really doesn't have any. I guess there's a lot of them that don't, but I'm just making the case for Phoenix because that's where we're from.
Yeah. Well, you don't see one in Miami. You don't see one in Boston. It's always New York and L.A.
Well, and then you got California because Tony Stark was based out of California.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see Miles go to Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. It's so hard to predict. Like, there's so many characters, and the problem with that is that them doing this is like, obviously some characters going to go because you have so many of the same characters in the Ultimate as the regular. But there's really not much left of the Ultimate Universe. Like literally, after Crisis, or not Crisis, but after what was that event? I can't think of the name of it now. Cause I'm drawing a blank. Where Galactus came to the Ultimate Universe.
Oh,
Cataclysm. After the event of Cataclysm, it pretty much left.
Ultimate's Cataclysm.
Like, Thor is in a different dimension. Most of the Ultimates are dead. Like, you really only have Spider-Man, Jessica Drew, Cloak and Dagger, Kitty Pryde.
Here's an idea. After Axis, you have some heroes that are still villains, but a majority of them have been reverted back. Maybe what they're going to do is they're going to wipe out, they're going to bring the Ultimates in, and then you're going to have Ultimate Iron Man take out Superior.
Yeah.
That way, because Superior right now is a dickhead.
Yeah.
He's technically a villain now. And Ultimate is still the Iron Man that everybody knows. Maybe they'll bring him in to take out Superior, and then same for Thor, because I believe Thor is still a villain. And because a lot of the Avengers when they were inverted, they never were reverted back. They're still assholes.
I wonder if you're finally going to get to find out the true origin of Miles Morales. Like, because when they did the Spider-Man crossover and Peter came back from the Ultimate Universe, he looked up Miles on the internet and he was like, oh my God. And like, that's where it stopped, and you never got closure with that. So I wonder if they're going to draw into that a little bit. And I wonder if, like...
It's his love child.
When they mix the universes, if it, like, they'll... I don't know, I wonder if it's going to come down to, like, their one counterpart has to be dead for them to be able to stay in that universe or something like that. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Bendis is going to have a huge hand in Secret Wars.
He's Marvel's golden boy right now. Like, he's writing everything. I don't see why he wouldn't.
Because who was it that is writing Secret Wars? Hickman is doing Secret Wars. But I'm sure that Bendis is probably going to tell him, you can't do this with Spider-Man. You can't do this with X-Men.
Well, I think you're going to see, like, because it depends. Like, Bendis is only writing Ultimate Spider-Man. He's only writing Miles.
Yeah, but they're bringing him in.
I know, but what's the other guy's name? Dan Slott.
Yeah.
Is writing Amazing, I think. Pretty sure.
I want to agree, but let me double check.
But anyways, so I'm sure they're going to have some kind of coalition, but I don't think they'd be doing all these events next summer just to be killing off all these characters. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it. They clearly have a plan, but...
Yes, Dan Slott is ready. Amazing.
But, I don't know. It was interesting to see where it goes. Because, like you said, right now, I mean, it's already happening in some storylines, because right now you've got all new X-Men. They're trapped in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
And Miles is part of them. Maybe Miles is going to be part of the X-Men now. And
who knows?
But
I
hope they do that, because then that gives up the film rights. But maybe
maybe since one of Wolverine's last wishes was for Peter to be a teacher, a counselor at the Jean Grey School. Maybe that opens it up for Miles to be the new Spider-Man.
Maybe Peter's going to join the X-Men.
Peter's just going to become a counselor and not really do anything outside of the academy.
Yeah.
Or the school, Jean Grey
Or he's
School.
going to join the X-Men and go off with them, and he's going to leave New York City to Miles or whatever. But it would be interesting to see.
It'd be cool to see Beast kind of take like Peter under his wing.
Well, I was going to say something, and I completely forgot what I was going to say. And it was kind of cool, but obviously it wasn't cool enough because I don't remember.
Sick brain will do that to you.
I guess so. But we'll see. Like, it's just, there's so many things that can happen in the events coming up that can change so much,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just hard to say. Maybe, that's what it was. Maybe it's that they're trying to get around, this is their answer to them trying to get around the whole rights issues, because they have rights to... because they sell the rights to the characters. So Sony has the rights to Spider-Man, Peter Parker, but I don't know if he has the rights to Miles Morales. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe they're gonna work at using Miles.
Well, if they can use the Ultimate Universe, all they have to do is bring Ultimate into 616 and call it Ultimate Earth 616.
Yeah, and they can use
technically is the Ultimate Universe. Then
I wonder if they can use Wolverine, and instead of calling him Wolverine, they just call him Logan.
Or James. Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
So, I don't know.
Interesting.
Very much so. So, that's our theories on what Marvel's going to do with that whole debacle. So, we'll just have to stay tuned, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it more as time comes.
And with the Spider-Man stuff still, there's this speculation, the very loose speculation that we're going to be seeing him in the post-credit clip from Cap.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, the whole Sony thing with Spider-Man is getting kind of annoying. Like, if they don't have a deal done already, they just need to get it done. Like, Sony, you're backed into a corner. Like, you see all these fanboys raging, and we're guilty of it too. That we want Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The hack is either the best thing or the worst thing that's happened to Sony.
Well, I think
because it revealed to us how close we were to getting Spider-Man back. But at the same time, it also showed that they weren't close.
I think it's both.
They could finish
it's the greatest thing to happen to fanboys, but it's the worst thing to happen to Sony. Because it kind of backed Sony in the corner, and it almost gave the fanboys more power.
What we deserve.
Right, well, more power, because it goes to...
I can tell you, because like you would inform me that Marvel plans on canceling X-Men by 2017 or 2016.
That's just a rumor.
Well, well, let's say that they go into action with that plan.
Yeah.
They plan on canceling X-Men by 2016. And what was the other one?
The rumor has it that someone in Marvel or close to someone in Marvel came out and said if things don't change, there will not be an X-Men book by 2016.
That's right, Spider-Man.
And a Spider-Man book by 2018.
They do that, I can tell you I will fucking boycott any fucking movie that Sony puts out. Yeah, and I think this entire culture will, at least the Marvel fanboys will.
I think it's going to be that way now regardless, because everybody knows how close they were to seeing Spider-Man alongside the Avengers, where everybody wants him and have wanted him from day one.
Well, the people that know that he belongs there, want that.
Yeah.
Because everybody I know that isn't involved in comic books or anything, they have no clue that Spider-Man is an Avenger.
Yeah.
They don't know that. So they're the ones that would still go, oh, yeah, awesome, Spider-Man movie, and they'll go see it. While we're sitting there going, no.
Yeah,
no way.
well, I mean, like, it's interesting how Marvel's doing it, but they're taking classic storylines where Spider-Man was a monstrous character and a cornerstone of the event and replacing him. So, like, Civil War. They're going to do Civil War without Spider-Man. The biggest event of Civil War was Spider-Man unmasking and showing the world that he was Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So, rumor has it that they're talking about doing that with Black Panther. But, again, like, I was talking to Joshua Green about this. How do you make Black Panther relevant in time for anyone to care about that? Like, Spider-Man's an irrelevant character. Like, him unmasking himself is powerful, even in the Marvel Cinematic Universe today. Black Panther, I don't think, unless he's a heavy part of Avengers, Age of Ultron, because I know they're going to use Wakanda when Ultron gets his vibranium skeleton. But I don't think that, I don't think it's going to have as much of an impact having an unknown character unmask.
Well, it would be cool to see. This is possible spoiler. I don't know. It is completely off topic, but to see him stab Namor, kill Namor.
You read that they're going to do that in the comics, and now you want to see
it already happened.
Did it?
They already did, yeah. That's why I brought it up.
Well, Namor hasn't even been mentioned in the Marvel Cinematic Universe yet.
Nope.
So,
which I'm sure he will in fucking Black Panther.
Yeah. Well, he would have to.
He'll at least be mentioned because he for whatever fucking reason he wants to wipe out fucking Wakanda.
Yeah, him and that's one of the main conflicts between Black Panther and Atlantis is Wakanda and Namor. So it's kind of funny. Like, I think he runs to Atlantis, doesn't he? I don't really know shit about Namor.
I really don't know much about Namor either.
So it's kind of weird that
he's the Aquaman of Marvel. Nobody really likes him. But
you have Aquaman running Atlantis in DC and Namor running it in Marvel.
Yeah.
People are like, he doesn't run Atlantis, you fucking nerd. God, you stupid. You don't know shit. I don't know Namor because
it's
to
Namor.
me he's a shitty character.
Just fucking email us and correct us.
But yeah, I don't know. It's that whole thing is like I said. I think it's a no win for Sony right now.
Yeah.
It's a major win for the fanboys and a major win for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And like that, reading that the 60-40 split, like that's genius. They get Marvel's help and their guidance making Spider-Man movies, but they get to use the character in the Marvel Universe. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
And then Marvel's going to foot most of the bill, 60% of the bill. What is wrong with that? Nothing. Sony's just being greedy. Why not make something that's going to make both parties so much money?
We'll see. And the thing is, right now, the best thing for them to do after the whole interview fiasco, with how much money they fucking lost on that, they just need to fucking do it. Make back what they got on the interview.
Speaking of the interview, did you see that shit that Seth Rogen came out and said about American Sniper?
I honestly didn't see anything wrong with what he said.
You didn't see anything wrong with what he said?
No, he didn't, because he came out today and stated exactly what he meant. And he said, I said it reminded me of it. I didn't compare it to that.
Well, it just kind of, what made me think about that was there's someone that went on, I think the director, or not director, it wasn't Clint Eastwood, but someone involved with American Sniper went on record and it was like, it cost us as much to make this movie as you lost with the interview. Because they lost like $30 million by not putting the movie in theaters. I don't know. But again, so that's really all I'm going to say on the Marvel whole Sony thing is that they're kind of backed in the corner and just give us Spider-Man already. Get a deal done.
Well, I think another thing that that Marvel might be doing, I thought of this the other day, is reintroducing Inhumans. The Uncanny Inhumans that they're coming out with. They might just take some of the X-Men and make them Inhumans.
They could do that. I could see that.
I think that they might do that, especially because if they go that route, Quicksilver marries Crystal, who is Black Bolt and Medusa's daughter. Well, and technically he's an Inhuman. And their daughter Luna is an Inhuman.
I think you're going to see a lot of that since they're going to get away with it with Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Since they used him in the Marvel I think that's Marvel's trump card right there. Is they're going to start calling a lot of X-Men Inhumans.
I think so too.
I don't think you'll see the core group. Like I don't think you'll see like Kitty Pryde.
You won't see the team.
You won't see Wolverine.
You'll see outlier characters.
One-offs, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you might get like Gambit. I don't know who's doing the Gambit movie. I don't know if it's Fox or I think it's Fox.
I believe it's Fox.
Like so you might get one-off characters like that were part of the X-Men at some point.
Yeah.
Like, you might get Quentin.
Yeah, I think you'll probably, yeah, maybe Quentin. You won't see Genesis.
No, but you might get, who knows? Who knows
Yeah.
what they're going to do?
I don't know, Psylocke. You might see Psylocke.
You might get Polaris. You might get...
Yeah, there are quite a few. Quite a few that
It'll be
that haven't
interesting to
introduced
see if they refer to Scarlet Witch and
yet. Jubilee.
maybe Jubilee. It'll be
It would be
interesting
cool
to
to see
see if they
Jubilee.
stop referring to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver as
The Miracles.
the Miracles and start calling them the Inhumans.
Inhumans, yeah. Despite that they deserve
I think
to
that might be what
X-Men.
Marvel's doing, like with the whole end of Access.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't read the end of Access, you might want to skip ahead or stop now. But with the whole Wanda ending her bloodline, and
Yeah.
Quicksilver dies, but Magneto doesn't. So I wonder if they're gonna
He doesn't actually die.
start Quicksilver.
Yeah.
What happened?
He just gets really he just gets like super fucking weak.
Okay, but he gets really weak, but Magneto doesn't.
But it shows that
So
Magneto
it's either
isn't his.
well, that's not necessarily
isn't-
true because it could be that the fact that Magneto's X gene is busted, it didn't affect him, or it could be that they're trying to delete
Well, no,
it to them
because-
being inhuman.
Because she doesn't curse them as mutants, she curses her bloodline.
Yeah, that's true. But they might be leading. That might be them setting you up for
That they are
Quicksilver's
that
an
they're
Inhuman.
Inhumans and not
Right.
mutants.
Correct.
Yeah. That's yeah. I didn't because that thought that maybe they're bringing Inhumans in to replace some of the X-Men, like cross them over. Like, oh, we thought they were X-Men all along, but they actually are Inhumans. Crossed my mind the other day, but I didn't actually really think about it like this
Yeah.
in depth. Revelations all over the place tonight.
Yeah, I don't know, but skipping off a little bit more. Staying on the superhero topic, what I would like to see more of is shows. I won't know. The closest movie you got to like people just getting superpowers was what's that one movie where the three boys get superpowers?
Yeah. Oh shit. Super good movie. Why is it?
Why am I blanking on everything today? It's because I think it's because I'm sick.
Hold on. Just continue your thought. I'm on it.
Anyways, basically, like that's the one type of movie where you see, kids just get Chronicle, where kids just randomly get superpowers from an alien. I want to see something more like along the lines of something like Misfits. If you haven't watched the BBC show Misfits, it's on Hulu, all 5 seasons. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons are really, really good, and then after that, it goes downhill.
Yeah.
But I want to see more stuff like that out in the theaters, kind of like, people just getting their powers from freak accidents instead of being born with them or being made into them. Like, I don't know. It's just my thought process. I'm kind of all over the place tonight.
Yeah. Sickness is
It
cool.
sucks.
Or, I mean, it sucks.
It is not cool. I think that's pretty much all we really got for you
Yeah,
this week.
there's-
It's kind of a
it's
short
been-
week.
It's been slow for the past about month.
Yeah, if you're still watching Agent Carter, I am too, and it's I've been live tweeting it, but I'm not going to be this week because I am recording as it's being shown in the West Coast. So good on you, and keep watching that. It's been really exciting. I almost wish they would keep that and get rid of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I know that's not going to happen.
Well, apparently, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is really good now.
Hey, fuck on
There
that.
you have it, folks. You heard it straight from Matt.
So, I know we do this a lot, but we kind of want to keep you up to date on what we're doing, because it's not just a podcast at what we're doing. We have many, many things in the works. We have just launched, for those of you who've been listening to us from the beginning, you know that Gorilla Mark Productions is our production company. It's also a production company that Kellen and I started for doing short films and things like that. We do a lot of projects under it. So as of last weekend, we have officially launched Gorilla Mark Gaming, where we will, on YouTube, you can check out Gorilla Mark Gaming. There's not much on there yet, but we will be having a trailer going up in the next couple days, in the next week or so.
I'll say,
Give us time.
I'll say no longer than 2 weeks.
Because we still have to voice over it, and I have to wait until I'm healthy.
Yeah.
To do the voiceover. But there will be a trailer for our video game show that we're coming out with, Wasted Days.
Yes.
It'll be. I'm not gonna give too much away about it now, but it's pretty interesting.
It should be funny.
Yeah, it should be really
good.
fun. And then our friends Brent and Kyle, who you've both heard on this podcast, we are producing a podcast for them called Stop the Graphics. That their first 5 episodes should be going up. Yeah, they recorded a lot in our studio. Should be going up here soon. We got the GorillaMarkProductions.com launching soon, and that's where you'll be able to find all of our projects there. You'll be able to find Absolute Geek Podcast there. We'll still be on GeekToNerd.com, but we're also going to be on Gorilla Mark. That's because we produce the show and run the show.
We have another podcast with Brent and Kyle. So it's going to be me, Matt, Brent, and Kyle on it, where we just bullshit. We find topics or headlines, and we just rant about them.
Yeah, and that'll be fun, too.
Just nice little lighthearted, us bantering.
Yeah. So we'll have that.
Should
That
be a
one
lot of
hasn't
fun.
been named yet. We'll have... I know you've been hearing a lot about it, but we're trying to get it all worked out. Bad Movies for Bad People, where we do movie reviews for YouTube.
And we have another series that we're going to be working on shortly with some other friends for Gorilla Mark Gaming.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on.
You should definitely check out Kellen and Brent's YouTube channel, Genie Sharks.
Gene Sharks Gaming.
That's really funny. They go back to and basically do a voiceover, or well, not voiceover, but commentary while playing retro games.
Yeah, we do playthroughs and commentary on NES, SNES, Genesis, Atari, Game Gear, you name it, we play it. And we find the worst of the worst is what we're trying to do.
So definitely make sure to keep an eye out on that. And, you can always keep up to date with us on Twitter.
Oh, before we go, I think possibly the biggest news is we might go to LA to direct a short film.
Yeah.
Possibly. That's in the air. We'll keep you guys up to date on that.
Yeah, we're going to keep you up to date on that. But that's kind of up in the air still, too. But
like a bird, like a plane.
it's up in the air. But, yeah, I mean, you can always keep up to date with us on Twitter at A Geek Podcast, or, Instagram, Absolute Geek Podcast, Facebook, Absolute Geek Podcast. We also have a Facebook for Gorilla Mark Productions, so you might want to check that out. We'll probably post a lot of the Gorilla Mark stuff there, as well as the Absolute Geek page. I mean, you know the rundown by now. We're on Tumblr, we're on Reddit, we're on everything there's to be on. So definitely make sure to check us out and keep up to date with us. And we're looking to collaborate with a lot of you more too. So if you have anything that you'd like to do, maybe you want to get into podcasting and you're not sure what to do, and you can email us at absolutegeekpodcast@gmail.com, and Kellen and I can give you a rundown and kind of tell you what we did to maybe help ease the stumbling you're going to do in the beginning. Because we don't claim to be professionals at this. We're just two dudes in a studio that love comics and everything geek and nerd and kind of talking about it.
Yeah, and if you feel there's anything that you think that you can help us with, definitely feel free to hit us up with that too.
As always, give us topics. Kellen and I actually have also been invited to be on a panel podcast that's kind of in the works too.
Yeah, a roundtable.
A roundtable podcast. So we'll be in on that and keep you up to date on that stuff also. So I don't know. It sounds like, I know we're trying to get into a schedule for you guys again. We've been kind of on and off, like doing a show a week and then missing a week, and
the holidays have been
crazy, and then just kind of like recouping and just everything that's been going on. Me getting sick now, and I probably shouldn't have done a show today because I don't know how much of a voice I'm going to have tomorrow for work, but I had to because it's been a week since we've done one, so we felt like chatting with you guys again. So
huzzah!
So we've got a lot of stuff in the works, and just because I'm sick, don't think that you're just laying your ass in your bed and not doing anything. No. We've been working on our other stuff and pretty heavily because you can still edit video when you're sick.
Yeah. So step off.
Step off. But so yeah, we've got a lot of great stuff coming, and I know there's a lot of great stuff coming to geektonerd.com too. So definitely make sure to go show Sully some love and the guys over there, and we're still associated with them too, and still working real hard with them. to get stuff going. So definitely always keep up to date with geek2nerd.com, and that's kind of like that's the home of Absolute Geek Podcast is geek2nerd.com. We may be Gorilla Mark produced, but Absolute Geek to Nerd is the home of Absolute Geek Podcast. So that's where we started. That's where we're going to stay. So
Word
yeah,
to your mother. We're dangerous.
so I know it's been kind of a
fucking angel dust.
it's been kind of a weird show, but hopefully we'll get back into the swing of things. We're gonna get a set schedule. I know we've been saying it over and over and over again. We're gonna get a set schedule. We're gonna get back into producing stuff regularly. We are working on something for Phoenix Comic Con panel. So definitely, if you're planning on going to Phoenix Comic Con, we'll keep you up to date on if we do the panel and what that's going to entail. We've got another giveaway coming up soon. Amazing Arizona is in less than 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. It's a month. A little less than a month from today. Or not.
Yes.
I wouldn't say from today, but it's a little bit less than a month away.
What weekend is that on?
It's Valentine's Day's weekend, 13th, 14th.
Right. So that's...
But when you're single and don't have a girlfriend, Valentine's Day doesn't.
That's a month away.
Happy Singles Awareness Day.
It's a month away.
But yeah. So we'll be at Amazing Arizona. Definitely checking that out. Definitely seeing what we can do there. We're still up in the air on San Diego Comic-Con. We haven't heard anything about that yet. So hopefully we can do that. But that's pretty much update on what we've got going.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kellen.
I was halfway through what you were saying. I was gonna go, my God, are you still talking?
But again, I guess this week for the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Kellen.
Remember to support your local comic shops.
And remember to bang aboard it.
You're not supposed to say your intro.
Suck
or
my
extra.
dick. You're sick. You don't know what you're saying.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you fucking said a lot of it. The last 10 minutes has been nothing but you. Anyway.
Remember to support your local comic shop.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Leave us a review. We love you. Ninja, please.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You have been listening to a Gorilla Mart production.